Hello, Africa. Thank you for joining me right here on Sci Tech. And I am Ignatius Ano. A drone may have caused a recent helicopter crash in South Carolina in the United States of America. Bloomberg said if the unmanned flying object is determined to be at fault, this will be the first drone-related crash of an aircraft in the U.S. On Wednesday, a student pilot and an instructor told the police that a small drone materialized directly in front of their helicopter, causing the aircraft to veer off. Thankfully, no one was hurt, although the helicopter did not quite escape unscathed. Now, you may be forgiven for calling me a prophet just for today. You know why? Because just last week, I told you that we're closer to living on Mars sooner than humanity could have ever imagined. On Sunday, a team of 6 Israeli researchers ended a Mars habitat experiment in a mock built in Israel's Negev desert. These researchers simulated living conditions on the red planet. Israel's Science and Technology Ministry says the experiment was held near the isolated Israeli township of Mitzeh Ramon, whose surroundings resemble the Martian environment in its geology, aridity, and appearance. The participants investigated the various fields relevant to a future Mars mission, including satellite communications, the psychological effect of isolation, radiation measurements, and searching for life signs on soil. Participant Professor Guy Ron, a nuclear physicist professor from the Hebrew University in Jerusalem, said the project was not only intended to look for new approaches in designing a future mission to the red planet, but to increase public interest.
This particular project is unique in that, first of all, Mitzpeh Ramon is a unique environment in that it is a very good analog for Mars, both in terms of the terrain, the aridity, the distance, the solitude is very similar to Mars, and that's, of course, a good thing. The other thing is that unlike a lot of these other projects, the DMARS project is half of it is about the research, and the other half of it is really about the outreach. And a major part of this project is getting public interest and outreach and getting students interested in space and STEM research.
Now, let's talk about science. And some could ignite, or this for some, could ignite a string of debate, while for others it is simply a miracle. But what if medical experts themselves cannot provide answers to what has obviously defeated every scientific logic or experiment on Earth? Tell you what, in 2008, a 69-year-old woman recovered from a serious disability in Lodz, in France. Sister Bernadette Morio describes her healing as miraculous after several attempts to seek scientific help failed her. Born in 1939, she entered the convent at 19 in a Franciscan congregation and became a nurse in 1965. At the age of 27, Sister Bernadette felt lumbosacral pain, and despite 4 surgeries, she could no longer exercise as a nurse and walk normally. Her healing was described as sudden, instantaneous, complete, and lasting. It remains unexplained in the current state of our scientific knowledge. New medical examinations, expertise, and 3 collegiate meetings in Lodz between 2009 and 2016 have enabled France-based Office of Medical Observation to affirm the unforeseen, instantaneous, and unexplained nature of the cure. We'll hear from an expert on this, but first, here's Sister Bernadette Morio speaking to the press about her miraculous healing.
I thought about the word of Jesus in the Gospel. He says, "Take your pallet and walk." And to my surprise, when I removed the corset and I removed my splint, my foot was straightened and I could move, and I was not hurt.
Et je pouvais bouger, j'avais pas mal.
The next day, I went for 5 kilometers in the forest with my sister-in-law, who came to see me and who, to her astonishment, saw me without a device. And there I cried a lot. I cried a lot because that we are overwhelmed by what happens to us. And then, after this are the questions. But why me, Lord? Yes, why? While I did not ask anything.
And Dr. Alessandro De Francis is president of the Medical Observations at the Sanctuary of Lourdes.
For us, it is very important that there must be no possible explanation. Again, there was a very broad consensus that this is an unexplained healing.
And okay, if only you believe. Miracles, they say, happen every single day. And that's all I have for you on Sci Tech right here on Africanews. Let the conversation continue on Twitter. Follow me at Ignatius Ano and use the hashtag at the morning call.